Hey everybody, this is GGB. Sorry if I'm not as enthusiastic today. My Saints were eliminated from playoff contention thanks to goddamn Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna have a conniption.
But so depressing. But National Championship Week, last college football game. I'm really kind of excited. We'll go over the stats real quick for both these teams, and I'll talk about who I think is going to win. Some interesting stats for both matchups. So Stetson Bennett, the mailman,
I just don't care.
went 168 at 261, threw for 2,638 yards this season, and 27 touchdowns to a 7-interception ratio. Sounds really good, right? And Georgia did have a phenomenal season. But, on the other hand, he was just absolutely abysmal against Alabama. He was just, if you could imagine bad, he was that. He was that times 1,000. Stetson Bennett had quite possibly the worst game of his life when he played Alabama. Stetson Bennett went 29 to 48, threw for 340 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. So that doesn't sound horrible, but this was in a game where Bryce Young just lit up the scoreboard. He went 26 to 44, threw for 421 yards, and threw for 3 touchdowns, exactly 0 interceptions against the vaunted Georgia defense. He also got no help on the ground. James Cook went 11 to 38 for 0 touchdowns as well. His longest run was 8 yards. Again, bad day overall for the running game for Georgia. We'll see if that changes in this matchup. But Zamir White on the year,
And this is White History Month.
had 147 carries for 772 yards, 10 total touchdowns. He led the team with rushing yards. Brock Bowers, their all-star tight end, ended up leading the team in receiving yards as well, having 52 catches for 846 yards and 12 total touchdowns, which means only 15 total touchdowns went to everyone else that Stetson Bennett threw. Pretty impressive in my opinion. Bryce Young on the Alabama team went 331 of 490. A lot of passing attempts in the season. That's a 62.6% completion percentage, if you were wondering. He threw for 4,500 yards. Again, the reason why he won the Heisman, in my opinion, still should have gone to Aiden Hutchinson's, considering the year he had at defensive end. But I get it why it goes to Bryce Young. It's just a quarterback, I guess. It's an offensive player thing now, I guess. I mean, really, did he deserve it all that much? Not really. Brian Robinson Jr. on the ground ended up rushing 249 times for 1,275 yards, 14 total touchdowns. Jameson Williams ended up at 75 catches for 1,507 yards, 15 total touchdowns through the air. Pretty amazing day. Pretty amazing year for Jameson Williams. That's why he skyrocketed up the draft board, obviously. I mean, these are the two best teams in college football right now. They're really going to be exciting to watch. I mean, Alabama and Georgia, the committee didn't have them playing together in the playoffs, the semifinals, which they probably should have, if we're going to be honest, how the rankings should have been. But this is kind of the national championship we all kind of wanted. These are the two best teams in the country. I'm really excited to see them go at it. Alabama's obviously owned Georgia in the past decade, but even longer. They're 42-25 against Georgia all time. Obviously, the last 7 games have gone to Alabama. They're 0-4 under. Kirby Smart. I got Mark Richt on the mind for some reason for Georgia.
Dumbass.
Last time Georgia beat Alabama, it was in the SEC championship in 2007. You want to know who the quarterback was for Georgia that year? If you were wondering, Matthew Stafford. That was the last time they were able to beat Alabama. Matthew Stafford was their starting quarterback. That's an insane amount of time to not beat someone in your own gosh darn conference. It's insane, not to mention the fact that they're 0-4 under Kirby Smart, having double-digit leads every single time they played Alabama. It's crazy. Kirby Smart, for some reason, just implodes when he's playing Alabama. I understand the first one, the national championship, that was a respectable loss, honestly. The refs kind of handed it to Alabama at the end there. Obviously, you don't play whatever coverage you were doing on the last play in the SEC, in the national championship. Bro, this is the national championship. What are you doing? That's just insane coverage to call. Having the guy press at the line, but not really press, just kind of like be there and then let the guy go past him. You got to press there to at least let the safety get over to make the play. It was a really insane call, but credit to Tua for making the throw. He's in the NFL for a reason. But then the second one, the SEC Championship, again, they got bit by the same bug. Jalen Hurts comes in at halftime. A lot of bad decisions, too, by Kirby Smart. Why go for a fake punt on your own, 40-yard line late in the fourth? There's no reason to do that. I mean, I don't get it. It's insane to me. And I don't know. It's crazy. Obviously, last year was a bad thing that happened. But, everyone expected Georgia to get blown out in the game, and that's what happened. Alabama. But this was the year. This was the SEC Championship. This was supposed to be the year they beat them. They didn't. We'll see if that changes tonight. Personally, I think Georgia's going to pull it off. I think Kirby Smart's going to get his first national championship. You can tell he really wants it this year. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. This is probably going to be the best national championship we had since Georgia played Alabama. So I hope you guys are as hyped as I am for this game. But give me Georgia to win and cover that 2.5 point spread they're favored by.